We're talking meatballs, and Chris Menster's here. Good to see you, Chef.
Good to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Oh my gosh, the smell in here. I gotta be honest, I've never had meatballs for breakfast, but I'm okay with that because meatballs is my most favorite food. I say this all the time. But this is wonderful because we've got something very special to you. 5 1-pound bags of these beautiful meatballs in sauce. This is the old school Italian way with a beef, veal, pork blend. These are coming home for $69.98, 3 easy payments of $23.33. So you are getting 5 of these 1-pound bags with the meatballs in the sauce. All you gotta do is heat and eat. They're fully cooked and they are delicious. We actually haven't seen these on air since May. And this gives us that wonderful nostalgic flavor of going to that old school Italian restaurant, or in this case,
yes,
Ray's mom with Sunday dinner, right?
It is. It is Ray's mom's Sunday dinner, and it's something that's been going on for 4 generations now. It's going to soon to be like 5 generations with all the grandchildren, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, so they're going to be jumping in soon. But I had the actual honor to work with Granny and Pop.
You did?
Yeah, 25 years ago when I started with Rastelli's, I had the opportunity to work with them.
I love that.
In the kitchen,
yeah,
actually in the butcher shop. And I want to show you, Steve, where it starts. Because it's really, really important to understand where this starts. Poppy was so particular about the meat, of course, right? So we start with 50% beef, 30% pork, which is the flavor, right? 20% veal, which is that texture. So the combination of the 50% beef, the 30% pork, and the 20% ground together, which is what makes the profile of the meatball, right?
Right.
That's what makes it so special. So this blend is an Italian meatball, where in a lot of cases you don't have the blend, you have just ground beef, right?
Right.
But what really made it special was Granny, because what Granny did is she actually took a loaf of bread.
A
loaf of bread, and she soaked it. So she soaked the actual loaf of bread, and instead of putting breadcrumbs in, and what people don't realize is that the actual breadcrumbs dry the meatballs. Breadcrumbs absorb. But the loaf of bread, whole loaf, she would soak it in water and literally flake it apart into the mix as we were mixing it. And what happened was, as you can see here, that bread actually puffs. It actually puffs when it cooks. So it makes the meatball super, super tender. Where on the opposite, breadcrumbs, which people don't realize, dries it up.
Of course.
It makes it really dense.
I got to get on the other side of you because I got to get in on this.
So if you look at this, I'm using a plastic fork.
Right.
That's how tender these are. Try one of these.
Well, it's so funny because I was reading the reviews on QVC.com and somebody said these are tender, but they're still firm. Nothing is more annoying, and you know this, Chef, is when you jump into a meatball and you cut into it, and then all of a sudden you're left with like all this like ground meat. You still want that firmness, but you don't want it to be tough. And this is beautiful. I love these.
So this is going to be soft, it's going to be tender, and it's going to be flavorful. And the flavor's coming obviously from that really beautiful blend of meat that we're using, but we also add fresh basil, pecorino romano cheese, garlic, salt and pepper, and seasonings. And it's actually like the perfect blend. And again, this is a plastic fork.
Right.
I'm just going to show you. I mean, look at this. You can't do this with a meatball.
Wonderful.
You cannot break that apart with a regular meatball. So, Steve, I brought a spoon. I brought a spoon for you.
You have got a plastic fork for me too. I'm going to do that same thing because check this out. It is so tender, so delicious. And then, all right, you got a spoon for me?
I have a spoon because I think what's important with this is the meatball is obviously the star. But have you ever had meatballs with really bad gravy?
Sure.
Okay, this gravy is made with imported tomatoes from Italy. It is slow cooked for 6 hours. And this is what you get, from a slow cooked 6-hour gravy.
Right, all right, here we go.
Fresh basil, fresh parsley, all the goodies in there, onions, and no sugar, Steve.
That is stunning.
We actually put carrots.
Oh, it's so good.
That are blended in. That gives a natural sweetness to the gravy. So it's absolutely delicious. And it highlights the beautiful meatball.
Right. So I do want to show the bag here for just a second because this is exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get 5 of these. So how many are coming in here? It looks like 6, right?
There's 5. So there's 2, 3, 4. No, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 in here.
Okay, so 6 per bag with all the sauce. How this is coming frozen.
It's coming frozen.
How are we preparing this?
So there's a lot of ways you can prepare this, which is really, really nice. So first of all, you're going to keep these frozen.
Yeah.
If you want to take out one, just take out one.
Sure.
Right? If you're having the whole family and you want to get a pot of meatballs going like we have here,
right,
you have the whole family. Literally in 10 minutes, this is going to heat up. So you're going to take them out the night before, and then you're going to put them in cut the top. You're just going to put them right in here on simmer.
Right.
And they're going to heat up in 10 to 15 minutes. You could also drop this in simmering water.
So it's kind of like just
cook in the bag. Yep. It's going to take 3 minutes in the bag, just in simmering water.
Really?
One bag. It'll take 3 minutes to reheat. Yes.
I mean, imagine that. Imagine just boiling some pasta in one pot, putting this in another simmering pot in the other, and then all you need to do is cut open, and you've got that wonderful restaurant quality. But like the good Italian restaurant. You know what I'm talking about. You know there's the restaurants all over town, but you've got that one really, really good Italian restaurant that you just absolutely love. These are those flavors right here.
They are. And if you're in a pinch, you can also put them in the microwave. These can be microwaved for 2 minutes and completely heated in 2 minutes. So you have the options from the microwave. You have the options from, boiling.
Yes.
You have the option for putting in the saucepan.
Fantastic.
Quick and easy.
Customers are picking up more than one set right now. It's just very, very smart. Remember, you're getting 5 of these 1-pound bags. Each of the bags has 6 meatballs in it with the sauce.
Yes.
The gravy is what we call it, the Italian style.
Italian
there.
gravy.
All for $69.98. 3 easy payments of $23.33. But this is the move right here. They're so versatile.
And this is what I love about this. See, because you have to remember, we take this, right? We actually hand roll these meatballs by hand. We pan fry them. And then we drop them in that gravy for an additional 4 or 5 hours, right? We simmer these meatballs on really low and slow. So you get the gravy already cooking for 5 to 6 hours. You add the meatballs, and then the oil from the meatballs are coming into that gravy. So you have like a meat-flavored sauce, which is what you tasted, right? Which is just absolutely delicious. This is just 2 meatballs, right? Just
so
2 meatballs. And I'm just gonna show you. I mean, then you take a little bit of your gravy on here, Steve, and you have a meatball sandwich. So you can make 3 meatball sandwiches from 1 package.
Come on.
And this is an 8-inch roll. This is not a small roll. And check this, look at this. Look how beautiful that is.
That is awesome. I can tell you right now, have you ever got the little potato rolls? Make little meatball sliders. Are we gonna be entertaining a whole lot pretty soon? Absolutely.
Yes.
Kids, adults, everyone is going to love this.
It is so easy and so quick. So during the holidays, because this is a tradition in our family and in the Rastelli family, this is a tradition, and it could be in your family as well, because it is so fast and so easy. We did a pizza here. I actually used the gravy from the sauce, and I put it on the pizza, put the cheese,
genius,
and then slice it, right? Here's your meatballs. Here's your meatball bake.
Woo, delicious.
I mean, just so easy, so simple.
Good. 5 1-pound meatballs coming home. Beef, veal, and pork blend. Delicious with the sauce. $69.98. 3 easy payments, $23.33. Great to see you, Chris.
Good to see you too,
take
Steve.
care. Definitely want to check out item M94872.